Pre-season is officially over, and we all know what that means. The most unpredictable World Superbike season in recent memory is upon us, and 8 hours of testing at Phillip Island have done naught to clear up any of the question marks. If anything, it may have created more. Here's your rundown from Tuesday testing at the island. 4 red flags interrupted the morning session, 2 down to engine blow-ups, 2 to heavy crashes at turn 11, with 3 more geese-related stoppages in the afternoon. Garrett Gerloff and Philip Bertel's bikes caused the first 2 lengthy interruptions. Then both Ike Lecona and Jonathan Rea suffered crashes at turn 11, 45 minutes apart from each other. The former was forced to sit out the rest of the day with a shoulder injury, while the Northern Irishman was back on track in the afternoon, albeit with some pain and bruising in his left knee. Tuesday was also officially the fastest Superbike day at Phillip Island, with 6 riders under the all-time lap record after the recent resurfacing. And at the top of them all, one Toprak Razgatlioglu clocked in at the checkered flag with a mind-boggling 128.511, 7/10 of a second under the lap record. The last BMW podium at the island was back in 2013, but the number 54 should be aiming higher than that at this point. But again, as we've said all pre-season, watch out for Nicola Bulega. The Italian was the first rider to break the 129 barrier in Australia, doing it not once, not twice, but 6 different times with a final lap of 128.585. This crash at turn 4 will have hardly dampened the spirits inside the Aruba IT garage. 0.3 of a second behind, and the final rider in the 128 was Andrea Locatelli, who enters the season as Yamaha's most veteran rider and with a point to prove. With his old crew chief and a 6-time world champion on the other side of the garage, the number 55 will fight to remain the reference in Australia. Going back to rookies raising the bar, what about Andrea Iannone? 0.2 of a second away from dipping into the 128s and top independent on the day, the Maniac also suffered a fall at turn 4 late in FP1, but was back at his best in the afternoon, although his FP1 time remained his fastest. The final riders under the lap record were Alex Lowes, who, let's remember, is a former race winner at the island and on a Kawasaki, and Michael Ruben Rinaldi, a stark reminder that even on an independent bike, the 28-year-old is a permanent threat. Perhaps the most mystifying rider this off-season has been our 2-time reigning world champion. Injury woes and regulation tweaks seem to have unsettled Álvaro Bautista in tests at Jerez and Portimao, but dismiss the Spaniard at your own risk. Several longer runs with consistent 129 laps may be the indication that the best Bautista is close to being back. In any case, there's little doubt that the Ducati is still the bike to beat in Australia. 4 riders in the top 7 and 6 in the top 12, with Sam Lowes and Danilo Petrucci both setting laps in the mid-129s. Lowes, as a side note, has Leon Camier working alongside him this season as the official Mark VDS rider coach. Who is closest to the V4Rs is a more open question after Tuesday. The BMW has certainly made a step forward compared to recent years, even beyond Razgatlioglu, with Michael van der Mark overcoming an early T2 crash to settle into the top positions in the afternoon before the time attacks came in, while Scott Redding was also comfortably inside the top 10 in both sessions, avoiding the technical issues that his American teammate faced. 18th at the flag for Garrett Gerloff with just 27 laps in FP2. Moving over to the Yamahas, Jonathan Rea completed 30 laps into the afternoon after his FP1 crash, improving marginally his lap time, but a second off his teammate over 1 lap. Dominic Egerter was the big returnee of the day after missing the January tests. The Swiss rider is back to full fitness and working alongside teammate and local icon Remy Gardner, who will be looking for his first podium on home soil. Bradley Ray and the previously mentioned Philip Bertel complete the R1 squad in Australia. Elsewhere, Axel Bassani made a big step forward over 1 lap with the Kawasaki, slotting into 9th on the combined timesheets and just 0.2 of a second down on his teammate. Tito Rabat, on the only independent Kawasaki, finished 21st after a difficult afternoon. And finishing the manufacturer's rundown, another difficult day in the office for the Honda finished with Xavi Vierge in 16th, also running as the sole HRC rider in the afternoon after Lecuona's crash. Taron Mackenzie and Adam Nuruddin close the standings, with the former suffering a bizarre crash in the late afternoon, reportedly having to take avoiding action on 2 riders who had slowed down on the racing line as one of the red flags came out. That's a checkered flag down on the off-season. In less than 4 days' time, that same flag will have crowned our first race winner of 2024. Get ready to be amazed.